Hey there, what's up guys? Jake here, and you're watching Dude Ranch DIY. Today is the day they are pouring the slab for the concrete patio. If you haven't seen my last couple videos, in one of them I picked up about 7 yards, or probably even more, of process in my dump trailer for our new stamped concrete patio. I had a little bit of trouble dumping it, but luckily the Cormidi mini loader was here to assist me in unloading it to the point that I could dump. But this morning, Rodrigo and his guys should be here pretty soon, and they are going to be starting to pour all of the concrete for the patio and get moving on it. They said they should be able to do it, all in one day. That is the pouring and the stamping of it, and then they will come back probably in about a week once it's dry to finish sealing it and, you know, adding the finishing touches. But today the bulk of the work is happening, so hope you enjoy. Alright guys, here we are. First mini dumper of concrete. It's being dumped. We were able to get the whole truck back here on that little road. So it's going to make it a lot easier and quicker for the guys. We measured this the other day, and it's roughly 33 feet long and 25 foot wide. And we got some choices of stamps here, and I'm having the boss, aka Sarah, come on down to choose which one we want. But I think we're gonna go with this one right here. So we got a beautiful day for it. It rained all day yesterday, but today is gorgeous. So we're gonna get this patio poured. We'll be barbecuing and burning firewood on it in no time at all. So these guys are flying. That little mini dumper is working great. And we're already starting to smooth it up along the edges of the frame. He said as soon as they get it all poured, then they will add the color to it, which I believe is in this 5-gallon bucket here. It's going to be like a light gray, kind of a bluestone color, and then finally they'll stamp it. Now this mini dumper is pretty similar to the Cormidi mini skid steer in that you can put one of these mini dumpers on the front. They have swivel ones, they have side dumps, they have high lift dumps, scissor lift applications. So pretty cool to see almost a competitor version out here working at the ranch. This whole patio is about 11 yards of concrete total. Got a little update. I'd say about 3/4 of the patio is poured. They're getting it nice and smooth. And now we've gotten to the point where the driver can just pretty much spread it with his chute here. But it's looking good. Can't wait to see what it looks like when it's all done. We will check back in later. Alright, so they got about 90% of this poured, and now they're using a tool called a Magic Screed with a D at the end to do all the big areas and flatten it all out. That thing is pretty cool. They go around by hand and get all the edges around our AC unit. But yeah, this is pretty cool. Definitely would not have been able to do this myself. Way, way, way out of my ballpark.
Alright guys, so here is what we've got so far. It looks great. The first concrete truck had 10 yards concrete in it, and obviously they ran out, so they're coming back with 3 more. They said after about an hour and a half, it'll be hard enough for them to stand on and throw the powder to color it, and then start putting down the stamps. And this is the stamp right here that we decided on going with as far as the pattern goes. It's kind of in the middle as far as texture goes. Initially we were going to use that one, which is a little too rough. We were worried about the chairs and tables kind of wobbling back and forth on it. This one's a nice happy medium, and there's some larger, you know, shaped blocks in there. So we liked that one, and the color is going to be pretty similar to that. So we think it should look pretty good. Overall, it's going to be 13 yards, and yeah, I'll check back in when the truck gets here. All right, guys, so the second truck has arrived, and it looks like they've poured almost all the rest of the concrete. They're skimming it out, flattening it out, and it looks pretty good. They said after about an hour and a half of it drying, they're able to put down the color and then start stamping it. And then they said after about a week, we'll be able to walk on it. So by next weekend, we will have a fully functioning patio. They've been doing a great job. He's gonna come back and power wash this stuff off the house when he comes to pick up all of his materials. And then he's also going to be repointing our bluestone walkway in the front. But these guys have been doing a great job. And as you can see here, it looks like they're starting to put down the powder to color it. We'll check back in later once they start coloring the whole thing and stamping it. All right, well, they've started stamping it and putting down the color. As you can see, the color difference here. And here are the stamps. That's how they put down the color. Pretty cool. So here we are after a couple rows of stamps. As you can see, they kind of started here in the middle and then worked their way all the way across. I'm guessing that there has to be a certain pattern that they use for them to fit together appropriately and to be able to fill the whole space. But Rodrigo is going around the outside and stamping it with a smaller stamp. And then the other gentleman here is spreading the color and putting down the stamps. So I think there's a lot of extra powder on top now. They'll have to blow it off at some point, but here is the pattern of the stamp in the actual concrete. And then they've actually been going through with like a little roller and accentuating the seams in between each and every, you know, stone, so to speak. Pretty cool. All right, guys, well, they worked hard all morning and into the afternoon here, and they have finished at least the pouring and the stamping of the patio. So here is the finished product. We have kind of a natural curved edge here going along the bed. I'm gonna have to fill in all of that with topsoil and plant grass or something. I'll probably look into trying to make somewhat more of a defined edge of that bed so that dirt and stuff doesn't wash down onto the patio, especially here in this tight corner. We'll probably have to excavate out a little bit. But other than that, they did a great job. They will be coming back in a little over a week once it's nice and dry, and they can guarantee that them walking on it won't scratch anything. They're gonna come back and chip away any of these, you know, like edges that were left from the stamps, and they're gonna power wash the whole thing, and then they're gonna put a sealer on it to protect it from the elements and kind of give it a different look. Now, what Rodrigo was explaining to me is that right now the way that it looks is much lighter than it's actually going to look when it's finished, after they put the sealer on it and blow off all the excess you know, colored powder that they were using to dye it. They're gonna put on that sealer, and it's gonna change the color of it to the final color that Sarah and I had agreed upon, which was like a dark bluish gray kind of. So yeah, so far Sarah and I are super happy with the way that it's come out. It looks great. He has the whole thing pitched this way, very so slightly away from the house. And yeah, my plans in the future are for the winter. The wood stove is gonna be going on this chimney right here. So we had them extend it out a little bit from the house. That way I can plop down an IBC tote right in front of the oil fill to deter the oil fill man from coming. Let him know that we got a nice wood stove heating the house, or at least the majority of the house. But all jokes aside, they did say that I'd easily be able to store an IBC tote on here with no worry of like weight or anything. They have mesh like rebar down on the bottom and a lot of process, as you guys saw in one of my last videos. So after they clean up everything, we're gonna have to decide what we're gonna do. Maybe if you guys have any input on what we should do with this raised edge here, leave it in the comments section below. My thinking was either turn it into a bed at ground level and plant some like arborvitae trees for screening, just for a little privacy here on the patio. Rodrigo had suggested maybe getting about 5 yards of topsoil to kind of taper it off and raise up the level of the lawn to the patio, and then plant some grass and then flowers or screen trees or something like that. But if you guys have any ideas, please let me know in the comments section below, as I've never really done this before. But I am going to be leaving a spot open right here. That way I can drive the tractor up kind of off this little road here that we have in the front of the house and come across right here and drop down the IBC tote. We have a bunch of garbage in here from them being there and what looks like an old cornhole box. But yeah, that's about it. So just wanted to check in one last time on this video, and hope you guys enjoyed.
So guys, thanks for watching this one. I know it's a little bit different than what we're normally doing, but as I had mentioned when we moved into this house, my intention and Sarah's intention is to kind of take slightly different route with the channel moving forward. Now that we have our own house, we're going to be encompassing projects and stuff that we do around here in the outdoors on the channel for you guys to watch, and we also get some great feedback and stuff from you guys that are veteran homeowners, As you know, this is our first house, so it's a huge learning experience. If you guys like the video, give us a big thumbs up. Haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. Like I said, any feedback or comments, throw them in the comment section below. I'm Jake, this is Dude Ranch DIY. We'll see you here next time. Thanks so much for watching.